So Fun Guy. I'm back. This time, month 3, November music. Popped a total of 20, what is this, can I count? 27 albums. It's pretty awesome. A little bit less than last month, but still, that's a pretty good number. That's, almost one a day. I like daily. I think that's kind of a good pace, a good number. Um, so yeah, same thing as the last couple months. Mostly stuff that people have recommended. A few things that I just thought I would listen to on my own, but mostly recommendations from friends. And yeah, I had some peak this month. November was pretty amazing, I'll say. Um, so yeah, so I started the month with "Give or Take" by Giveon. I don't know. I listened to another album from him. Um, I forgot what it was called, but this one was really good. This guy's voice, oh my god, he's just got such a smooth voice. His singing is just so good. And the flow from song to song, man, this guy, he's just great at singing. You know, I, that's kind of stupid for talking about music reviews, but I don't know. I think his vocals are especially strong in a lot of the songs. I think the instrumentals are good as well, but it's truly just his vocals just carry so hard. Um, and I gotta mention this because there's this transition. So it's not in his album. So I save the songs I like to my playlist, and then I usually just put it on shuffle. That's just kind of how I listen to stuff after I've listened to the full album. Um, but near the end of the month, I popped like all the songs that were on the playlist from that month. I listened to one more time from the ones I liked, and there's this like transition between two songs, that "Unholy Matrimony" from "Give or Take" by Giveon to "Hold Me Down" by Daniel Caesar, because the next album I listened to was "Fruidian" by Daniel Caesar. That transition between those two songs, oh my god, it's so cool because "Unholy Matrimony" ends in this kind of, um, I guess it's like a phone call recording, so it kind of has that fuzziness to a phone call, and then "Hold Me Down" opens with this kind of staticky. It's not quite a phone call. It's almost like a little bit worse, or like a little bit dialed up, exaggerated, but I think it's just a cool transition because that one song ends in the phone call, and then the second one kind of sounds like it's still the same phone call. So that was just kind of a cool transition I found within songs. And I noticed on shuffle too. There's a lot of songs where you would never think that they have similarities, but then you notice certain words repeating, or certain, I guess, notes. I'm not too familiar with musical terminology, but you notice certain notes or certain aspects about the songs repeating, which I think is really cool, actually. Um, but so I'll talk about "Fruiting" by Daniel Caesar. I really loved this guy as well. Can also sing really well. His vocals are really great. I want to mention I really like this album cover too. Very geometrical. I'm not sure what Fruidian means. Is that a word? I might be an idiot, but I don't know. I don't. Is this a pyramid? I don't know what the album cover is, but it's very geometrical. I like it, and the colors, they're almost dull, but there is still that very big contrast between the blue, and then the blue in the sky, and then the shadow. I like that. I don't know. I don't have too much more to say about this album. Both of these are great albums that I really enjoyed. Then I listened to "The Carter 3" by Lil Wayne. This one was really, really, I don't know. This one I really, really liked. I think a lot of the songs were really quite silly. My favorite was probably "Lollipop." It's really a silly song, but I still enjoyed this album a lot. Um, Next up was "Offering" by Cults. Oh my god. Oh my, this was it. This was it. At this point in the month, I was like, I was sitting there listening to this one, and I was like, am I just in a good mood? Because this was just, these first four that I mentioned were the only ones I had listened to so far. I was just like, am I just in a good mood this month? This was so, so good. What I really liked about Static was I really liked the kind of angelic vocals, and this album kind of takes that up a notch, even further. I don't know. I just really like this, and the instrumentals too are really really cool here. There's a couple songs that like stood out to me. There's this one, Clear from Far Away. I remember it started, and it's very kind of repetitive almost, with these kind of beats, very rhythmic at the start. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, I hope the vocals are good here because this instrumental is just really nice. And then the vocals were peak, and I was like, oh my god, this album is speaking to me. Uh, and then I remember in the last song of the album, Gilded Lily, it starts really slow, and I was like, okay, they can't all be bangers on this album, you know. And then oh my god, they locked in. Oh my god, always the fool, bro. Oh my god, this album, I really, really, really love this one. This is, I mean, I don't like to pick favorite albums because honestly, it changes day to day what songs really hit me. Um, but yeah, this is probably one of my favorites. Like probably like I've listened to over 100 albums at this point. This is definitely top 10. Um, I don't know. This one really spoke to me. I really like that. I like Colts, I think. Only listened to two albums of theirs so far, but I'm definitely going to listen to more by them because I really enjoyed Static and I enjoyed Offering. Um, what do we have next? Next we have That's Why I Gave Up on Music and A Loser Doesn't Need an Encore by Yoru Shika. This was a fun listen. I actually listened to this with the friend that recommended it. Um, I like these a lot. The instrumentals and the vocals, even though I can't understand what's happening, or not what's happening. I can't understand any of the vocals because this is in Japanese. So I think it's still fun to listen to. I mean, to be honest, when I listen to music, I'm not really thinking about the lyrics and what they mean, any kind of, if an artist has any kind of commentary or something truly meaningful to say. To be honest, I don't pay too much attention to that. But I don't know. I still really liked these albums, and my friend was actually talking about how, although he doesn't understand the lyrics directly, he does like these albums. He was describing how there's some kind of story between the songs on the albums, and I think it's cool that you could be interested in that. And he said he would translate the lyrics and read it like that. And I think it's cool that the lyrics can still connect with you even if you don't even speak the language. That's kind of cool. It's just something I thought I'd mention. Next was Lovercore by Artemis. I really like Artemis. I mean, I remember I mentioned him to a friend, and he listened to Caroline, which I really like that song. And he's I'm not gonna call out who the friend was, but basically he said something not too nice about the songs, and I was just like it wasn't really mean. It's not personal, whatever. But I've just been thinking about this like a lot. Like I think it's really weird when people judge music taste because I've been thinking about this a lot as I'm listening to a lot of music. I really try to keep my mind open when I go into new things. Um, but I think it's really weird that people judge music taste so harshly. It's like, oh, you like this artist? Oh, you like this song? That's so this, that's so that. You know? I think it's weird because I find music taste to be much more similar to how, like, uh, taste is, like, with your tongue, as opposed to how kind of a more emotional opinion is. Kind of like a movie. Like, I think when I listen to music, I think what I find kind of pleasing to my ears is closer to what I would find something tastes good on my tongue, as opposed to something that's kind of emotionally fulfilling or thoughtful in a movie. So I think it's weird that people judge music taste like that because it's like it's so hard to describe what aspect of a song resonates with you aside from lyrical meaning. So obviously lyrics can have meaning that clicks in somebody's mind, maybe an emotional uh, lyric in a song clicks with a person, like a shared experience. But a lot of times, like instrumentals and stuff like that, it's so hard to describe why the instrument sounds good in your ear, right? Kind of like how, like, if you like strawberries, try to explain why you like them. Isn't it? It's like really tough to explain why your tongue finds that nice. That's kind of like how I think music is. So I think it's weird that people jump to judging others so quickly when really I think a lot of music it's just I think it's kind of more like you're just kind of born with a certain taste, in my opinion. I mean, obviously there are songs where the lyrical meaning means much more than the instrumentals, but just like when I was talking about Colts, it's like that kind of angelic voice I just really like for some reason, but somebody else could hear that and hate it. It's like I don't know. I've been thinking about this a lot. I could yap about this for like an hour. Maybe I'll do another video for that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna keep moving because I'm yapping. What was I saying? Lovercore by Artemis. I really like this guy. I like the distorted vocals. Um, I don't know. I just like this guy. Next, I listened to. I'm skipping a few, by the way. I'm kind of more talking about the ones I like right now, because there was just a bunch of good albums this month. Um, Next, I listened to Ultrasound by The Neighborhood. Man, I really like this one. There were just, I don't know, there were just a bunch of songs that I liked. Something about The Neighborhood and Artemis I find is that through their separate albums, a lot of the songs kind of sound similar, which I personally do like. Like, I like it when an artist will kind of make a bunch of songs that are quite similar. Obviously, they're, between songs they can still be very different, but they kind of have like a style and they kind of stick to that, which I personally don't mind at all. I do like that. Um, Next, I listened to Around the Fur by Deftones. I think this was really interesting because, to be honest, the vocals were like, I'm not trying to downplay, talent or anything, but the vocals are really quite weak, in my opinion. There are a few moments. I really like the moments where the whoever is singing, I don't know these people's names. I'm not doing that much research, but when he kind of sings the lyrics a little bit more than like kind of screaming them into the mic, those parts are really cool because you kind of get the slight distortion of whatever mic they're using, and it kind of has like this smoothness to it. But for the most part, just the guitar carries this album so, so, so hard. The guitar is really, really, really great on these albums. This album, I mean, what am I saying? But it really is a shame because I almost like the guitar so much more than the vocals that I want to listen to just the guitar. Like I would kind of almost actively look out for like an instrumental version. But also, I guess it's part of the vision having the vocals, and there are good moments, I will say. Um, my favorite song, oh, I gotta mention my favorite song was MX on this album because you have that part with the woman saying and what else. I For some reason that voice when it comes in is just so opposite, so in contrast to the rest of the song. I don't know. I really like that. I almost imagine that voice is, I guess, the lady on the cover for some reason. That's how my brain sees it. I don't know why. But I'm really annoyed because that's my favorite song. And I know, I guess, when this came out on, CD or whatever, it has a secret song, or I guess maybe technically two. I don't know what that little one in the middle is, but basically MX on Apple Music, it says it's like 30 minutes long because there is a song at the very end and then some kind of noise in the middle, but not like noise for like 10 seconds in the middle, and most of it is just silence because it's meant to be like a secret track where if you let the CD play 30 minutes later you'd hear the hidden song. But it's just like they couldn't just break it up on Apple Music so I could just listen to MX without having to skip it every time. It's like every time it comes on, I gotta listen to MX. Oh my god, this is so peak, and then I gotta take out my phone and skip. And it's like, I don't know. I'm being lazy, but kind of annoys me a little bit. Um, Either way, that song is really really great. I don't know, that one I like a lot. The next one I want to talk about is I don't know how to say this album name, Question Mark by XXX Temptation. Um, I didn't love this album or anything. There were a few good songs. I think my favorite was actually, was it like an interlude piece? It was really short. It was, I think, less than a minute, where it was kind of this guitar and he sings a little bit over it. That was actually, I find sometimes the best songs on albums are those kind of weird, short, in between songs, actually. I like those a lot sometimes. I mean, sometimes I hate them, but I think when used correctly, they could be really, really cool. But I wanted to mention this album because he has an introduction to this. Where a lot of albums I've listened to have introductions. Some of them are kind of more musical, some of them are a little bit more just kind of talking. But this one is straight up just him talking about the album. He basically says like, go into this with an open mind. These songs are meant to be played anywhere at any time. Anybody could listen to them. Something, and he mentions like my genius, and I could see how somebody could find that to be corny, but I thought it was really cool that this artist is able to say this about his work and speak so highly about his work without being like too cocky. Like I know he says like my genius in it, but it doesn't come off like he's saying I'm better than you. It comes off more that he's proud of his work. And I think that's really really cool actually. Um, Again, I didn't love this album or anything, but I think the fact that he's able to like express that he wants people to listen to this album as a whole and be open to what the music is. I don't know. I respect that a lot. I mean, obviously, when I go into albums, I kind of hold those standards for anything. I go in with an open mind, but I don't know. I think it's cool that he was able to say that. I respect it. Um, Last one I want to talk about is GNX by Kendrick Lamar. I won't lie, Kendrick Lamar is he's kind of growing on me. I mean, I liked Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and what was that other one I listened to? I listened to Damn as well, and oh, New Kid, Mad City, of course. That's the best one. But GNX, I really like this. It felt a little bit more, I don't want to say silly, but it didn't feel quite as serious as New Kid, Mad City, or Mr. Morale. But I still really appreciated these songs. I think his use of other artists is really great. In Luther, that he's singing with somebody else. I don't know who the other person is. I forgot whatever her name was. But that song is really great. And then at the end with, I think, the same person in Gloria, man, his use of just other people in the songs is really cool. I don't know how to explain it, but I really like this guy. I gotta start listening to more of his stuff because, I don't know, I kind of been sleeping on him a little, even though I liked a lot of his songs. I don't know, I'm starting to really like him actually. So maybe I gotta lock in, listen to more by him. There were a few stinkers this month. I don't know. I don't have too much to say about them or why I didn't like some of these albums, but there were a couple of stinkers. I mean, I don't know. I'll put them at the end when I put the favorites and the full list and everything. But I think we're good. Those are my thoughts for the month. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't know. I think we're chilling. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. And yeah, bye.